We have never been so connected as we are today with the internet and mobile phone. And yet we remain divided by language. Nearly 1.5 billion people worldwide speak English as a first, second or other language. So it's a really good choice for international communication. English speakers in many countries have different pronunciations, different accents, and use a slightly different vocabulary. But it is still English and is able to be understood internationally. If you speak English as a second or other language, you will make mistakes. It's normal. But did you know that even native speakers make mistakes with their spelling and their pronunciation from time to time? Sometimes these mistakes cause people to judge your level of education. This can be unhelpful, especially if you're trying to get a job or if you're trying to progress in your job. In this series of videos, I'm going to show you some of the mistakes that even native speakers make and help you to avoid them. Hello students, this is Click English and I'm Tutor Nick. In this episode we're going to look at 6 different mistakes that are commonly made by native speakers of English. The first 5 are not all that difficult, they're just mistakes. Anybody could make them. The last one is a little different and I'm going to go into it in detail. Let's go. By accident versus on accident. Have you ever said on accident, by accident? I don't know how it started, but native English speakers definitely do this all the time. The fix is easy, just don't do it. Always say by accident instead. Number 2, intents and purposes versus intensive purposes. Have you ever heard someone say intensive purposes? It sounds really urgent, right? Well, what they really mean is intents and purposes. When someone says, for all intents and purposes, they mean in every practical sense, or in most ways. For example, for all intents and purposes, regular exercise is a good thing. Or, Oslo, for all intents and purposes, is just as expensive as London. Three, one and the same versus one in the same. Here's another mistake that native English speakers get wrong all the time. The correct phrase is one and the same. When you use this phrase, you mean that two things are alike. For example, this year's model is no different from last year's. They are nearly one and the same. Four, case in point versus case and point. You say case in point when you want to emphasize a supporting fact of your argument. For example, Ruby hates vegetables. Case in point, she didn't eat any of her carrots tonight. Or, all dogs love to chase cats. My neighbour's dog is a case in point. Five, couldn't care less versus could care less. The correct phrase is couldn't care less. The idea is that you absolutely don't care. You can't care any less because you are at zero level of caring. For example, I couldn't care less about what he thinks. I have no respect for him. Or, that dog couldn't care less about obeying his owner's commands. 6. He did well versus he did good. It's amazing how many times I've heard a native English speaker say this wrong. Or is it wrong? Often people say he or she did good, knowing that they're making a mistake. I think saying someone did good has become a casual way of expressing it. The team won today. They played good. But really they should say, the team won today. They played well. Someone may have told you that you were wrong for saying, I'm good, instead of the more formal, I'm well. But is the response, I'm good, actually incorrect? Well, not technically. Let's see the rules and conventions for these two words. Well is often used as an adverb. Adverbs can modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Good is most widely used as an adjective, meaning that it can modify nouns. Some people feel that the expression I am good is incorrect because they hear an adjective where they think there should be an adverb. But adjectives like good are used in combination with linking verbs like smell, taste, and look. A linking verb connects or establishes an identity between the subject and predicate, as opposed to an action verb, which expresses something that the subject can do. Linking verbs take adjectives, whereas action verbs take adverbs. Think about the sentence, everything tastes good. It would sound strange to say, everything tastes well, and the adjectival good is correct in these cases. Typically, when well is used as an adjective after look or feel, it often refers to health. For example, you're looking well. We missed you while you were in hospital. In general, use well to describe an activity or health, and good to describe a thing. To go back to the common complaint above, in that instance either good or well work because they both function as adjectives, and that phrase is widely used in informal, colloquial speech, especially in the United States. However, in formal speech or edited writing for school or work, be sure to use well when an adverb is called for, as in, he did well in the quiz. If you like this channel and find it useful, please give it a thumbs up and also click the subscription button down here and the notification bell so that you can be notified when I post a new video. You can also make a donation to the channel by PayPal by clicking on the link that's down in the description over here. I hope to see you here again soon. Bye bye.